Hello everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. We're going to be talking about this in a minute, but we're going to do an unboxing. We got some parts in. I know it's starting to look like it's a Glock graveyard, let's face it. But we've got some parts coming in for this crazy build. I've got kind of in the middle of two builds. I got these going on. We're going to compare comp versus ported, but then I've got, not this dude, these two, and the third slide should have shown up today in this unboxing, hopefully, because I'm putting together like kind of Glock 19X, SIG, P320, Spectre comp style inspired builds going on. So anyway, let's just get to it and we'll talk more about it as we go. I've tried to do several different things in live streams, and in case you don't know, I guess in YouTube, I know you can't hold a firearm while you're doing a live stream, but evidently you can't even grab like a part because they don't really get what is a firearm and what isn't and all that kind of stuff as parts. So anyway, I've kind of got to where I've now just have to make these separate videos that I kind of wanted to be able to, like I used to do, and do live streams. I can't do that anymore. So anyway, go to sports gears, offering a sale. So anyway, we got this in, and can you guys tell what that is? That should be recoil guide assembly for our 26 slide we've got coming. It says 14. That's right. I think I ordered it down because we're going to try to put this Harrington Arms comp on. This is the one build that may not work out the way I want it to. The others are going to be fine. We're basically putting, if you guys kind of want to know what that'll look like, I've talked about it in another video. I'll be able to get this to work on the full-size dagger slide we have coming in, because if you guys don't know the deal, this is needs to be cut out. But basically, if you wanted to wonder what a 19X slide on the short, compact, 19 size, that's what it would look like. And yes, this is not, there's no way this could fire. It's like missing everything. It's just parts at this moment. And I don't keep any ammo, I'm kind of like Lenny McGill when it comes to that, the Glock store. Once I'm down here, like I'm not headed to the range, you'll never see the weapon loaded down in this when I'm doing this kind of thing. But anyway, that one, it'll be easy because the only thing stopping you from switching that out, if you can see that, I'll have to Dremel that to accept that on, not this one, but the other one, one of the full-size dagger frames come in. And then on the back plate, you have to, which I think I've already done it on this one, you've got to trim out your back plate or use a Gen 5 one. There's a couple little things, but we'll talk about that more in some other video. It won't take much, but I could put it on that one, or I think I just want to, do it on the full length one, so it'll be basically more ergonomic 19X. All right, let's keep going. This is the next biggest. I think this is the, let's get my knife out. I think this is the slide. I've got a bigger package, but I think that's like some magazines and stuff. Yeah, this is another slide, because I've got a couple of these now. They come in this right here, portable refractometer, but that's not what it is. That's not what it is. They fooled you. This thing opens upside down. It says, so another Leo, get that out of the way. Another Leo Precision. This time they give them stickers out. I got a little sticker collection going. So now we have that bad boy. So as you can tell, Leo Precision, let's check on how color, well, seems like the exact same color. So the coating they use, Cerakote, seems to be, if you get one that's a FDE, it's going to match from one of the Leo Precision slide to the next. So actually I could put a ported or in this case, we're going to try to see if that sucker will fit. But let's just see. Let me move this out of the way. And if I had to pick I wouldn't call them cheap, but the cheaper slides coming from eBay. I've got Leo Precision so far I've dealt with, and then this is the Zafari. I don't even know how you pronounce it exactly. I like this one better on how the RMRs mount, but these, the thing I guess I don't know if I like or not on these. If you guys can look, the cut is very low. See how it almost goes into where your extractor area is? And so it seems to be that's just the way they cut theirs, and none of the other ones that I've dealt with so far go down. That one comes close. And so when they cut down that far, which is kind of cool, the problem is you got to get which sight you end up getting, because if you get suppressor height, then it blocks too much of the window. So that's the only downside so far I've seen to these. And it's not really a big deal, just either don't put them in or kind of tricky to figure out which ones to get. Probably maybe just get the cheap plastic ones and kind of cut and shape them yourself. You know, go get point aim with the iron sights so you can use them to co-witness, but to where they're only like a third sticking up, not halfway. So anyway, I got one more package in the box, but before I do, I just want to try something, because I think this is going to have to be cut too, because yeah, this is more like a Gen 5 style. So I just wanted to see the length. So this isn't the one I've got it intended for, so I'm not going to do any cutting on it right away. But if everything works, I don't know if this is going to work or not. If everything works, and if this matches up, which I don't know, I haven't even tried that yet. But the plan is to end up with something like this on a full-size dagger frame. So, stay tuned. It might be a bumpy road to get there, but let's see how this fit's going to be on this. And I may have to, like I've said, this one's black. They didn't have the FDE. This one was like a clearance. It was only one. First of all, they didn't even have the FDE non-blim or blim. This was like a blim. So I don't know. I think it was like 70 bucks. I don't know. It was cheaper than normally they are. So I was like, well, I'll get it, and I'll probably have to shape it. And yeah, it does not match up to this one. It matches up perfectly to, and this, I guess the 19X are considered the Gen 5 cut. I guess they have the same cut as far as I know. So yeah, it definitely matches up perfect to that. So you can see it's got all of that I could like work on that outer edge to get it to go a little more flush. I thought, and it does, see how it's got these cuts? They kind of go with that. Like if I get that to match up closer, or I may use this on a different one and order a more flush comp for this. The trick is I want to find one that I definitely don't like it when they, like this on that 19X would look not right. Like I think some of the cuts have to be right. But I could, this is aluminum and I have a Dremel tool. I know. As long as I don't go in here and cut and mess with any of that, I'd be good to go. You know what? I want to just see something. I just want to see. I don't know. Hang on. I know I'm experimenting now. Now I'm in experiment mode. I just want to see if... Let's take this. Give me a minute. What do I do with that? Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff on this What do I do with this guide rod? I didn't even take it out of the package yet, I guess, did I? Let's see. I'm taking it, they must have a different cut. I was just wanting to see what, how, and where they were cut. So, hang on. Don't go anywhere. We can actually... Don't go anywhere. Let's just try something out. So now it's not gonna, there's no way it could fire, there's no way it's gonna adjust, there's nothing in it. I haven't put any internal in it yet. So, but as you can see, it goes on. It definitely goes into battery. So once this goes on with the normal threaded 26, yeah, I think that, because it's going to be, it's actually going to be a little bit even more, because I'm going to have to work it in a little bit. I think it's going to work out the way I want it to. It's going to take a little work. It's not one of those directly buy it. I don't have the, unfortunately, I've got a P80 barrel coming that's not due in until, so let's try something else a different way. Since we can slide that on. Take this out. And let's just slide this on. This is the Shadow Systems. It's basically a Glock 19. So we'll go flush with the back. And then that will actually go that way, that my finger's pointing just a hair more. And then try to color match that on PSA FDE full size, and it might have an excellent looking one. So anyway, yeah, I'm liking it so far. I don't like that that doesn't match up, but, and I think you could also get, I don't know if they make anything shorter with the threaded barrel. I think they actually, I think they do make one. There's one or two that are a little bit shorter than that with threaded barrels, but so far it's looking like this. I was in question about whether that would function or not on a 19 frame, but I think from what we saw just there with an actual 19 barrel, it seems like that part will work. So we got one more package. Hang on, I know. This one, and that's one thing if you're, and then I know we're going to do the last package, but hang on. So it's clear, like I mentioned, but so this thing, once you do add a comp, and if you have a light, like you can see that the light still sticks out a little further if you've got an extra, this is a knockoff, but if you've got a, whether it be a Surefire or some sort of Streamlight or whatever that's a longer one, they don't look too bad. But when you have just, like that does not, I don't know, if I was gonna, like I just, I'm not totally happy with the way that looks. But I probably plan on just running it with the light. And so that actually looks pretty good. But the plan is to just get it to, let me set that dude down. Yeah, just, let's see. Let me show you. Just, closer to flush, kind of like the Radian Ramjet, the Parker Mountain Machine, or whatever they call theirs, that kind of thing. With, my own way with the cooler parts instead of just black everything, barrels and all that. So one way you could do it through the Zafari has like a, oh shoot. They've got a gold barrel, they've got a gold comp if you want to do the whole Gucci completely thing. Now I thought about doing that, yeah, here we go. I thought about doing that, getting everything as gold as I could, and then painting over it. Because they sell a gold, I can't think of the name of that right now, but red dot that's gold. And it's supposed to be a halfway decent one. They're like 150 bucks. They're kind of shaped like an SRO, but they're gold. Gold barrel, you know, leave the barrel gold, but then on the gold compensator, but then paint even the trigger, you know, gold trigger, but then paint whatever majority everything that's gold, like paint over it, and then let it like have the battle worn like slowly fade off, and so there's some gold sticking out. I think would be cool. So here is a package. I was wondering when it was going to show up. I couldn't find any tracking info. So I found there was a deal going. I can't remember exactly who I even ordered this from, but I wasn't going to buy one of these because I got the Glock trigger right here, performance trigger. I took the shoe off. And I put it in, it fit right in the dagger, like without even modifying anything. It went right in, but one of the things, it was kind of working janky with the, and here's the trigger shoe off of it. It's narrower than the one with the PSA, and something to do with the slide stop or release on the side. It was, I guess, because it had more room to move and it was hitting here. Like sometimes it would activate, you know, it'd lock the slide back, kind of weird. But anyway, so PSA ones, I've had a lot of guys talk about, oh, they're fine. They're actually, in my opinion, they're not, due to a safety thing, not necessarily. They feel okay, but they load, they kind of, the wall's like way too far back for me. Anyway, I got it for like 70 bucks. And so I didn't plan on buying one of these, but then these were on sale, and I think I've seen them somewhere else. Like right now, if you go look, I think you can get these for like 100 bucks. So it says right there, 3-pound pull, Glock 3 and 4, red. So I'm tempted to try this. I'll probably put this, I don't even know which one. I'm probably going to wait till I've got my 3 lowers there. Setting right now at Frontier Justice, but they have not called me to come pick them up yet, unfortunately. But that's probably going to go in one of those. There's a chance it may go in my green dagger. Once I start upgrading it, it's completely stock dagger, everything except for the red dot and the comp. And Magwell, but then I plan on, I think this may go in that one, just because yeah, I think that may go in that one. Anyway, we'll tear it apart into it at some point in time. But then I also got, they had the OEM Glock, because I wanted to get at least one to see if I like them, want them. You can, these things are more expensive than almost, that's like the most expensive Glock magazine you can get, even as much or more than the higher capacity one. But then I just wanted to get, oh, that's where I got it from, AIM Surplus. They got sent me a sticker, but I just got a regular old PMAG because I only have one other PMAG that will work once these full-size dagger frames come in. I bought just the lowers, and they don't come with the magazine. So I've got one already, a PMAG, and so I figured I would get at least enough to have each lower has its own magazine. But here's the thing, the reason why I didn't buy more of these or whatever, I need to figure out which way I want to go. If I want to keep all those, first of all, lowers going at the same time, I may just, I kind of bought these almost like you would just buying a module, a grip module for, say, a P320 or the Echelon, because you can get this, not with this trigger. The only thing I've switched out is the trigger, and I had a little thing back here to take up some of the forward, so there'd be less pre-travel. 49 bucks. 59, they came with the bag, range bags, but like it's as cheap or cheaper than you can get just a grip module for the P320s and the Echelon. So I'm kind of, even though they're considered a firearm, I'm kind of going to probably use them as just different ones. I can change them up, stipple them in a different way, rig them up with different triggers, and I can kind of just, whatever floats my boat for a given day. If I want to run the one that's got a, if I get it down to, say, a 3-pound or 2-pound trigger, if I want to go shoot that one, or if I want one with more of a, just whatever, whichever way I want to go. But I want to at least have a magazine for each one. And what I'm finding out And it may just be because because a lot of people say, oh, they, when it comes to these daggers, I think they were almost built with the PMAG in mind over a regular Glock. Because in mine, let's try it with this one. And the ones I have so far, it seems like the PMAG will release faster and just fits better than an actual Glock magazine, which I guess kind of makes sense. It's not a Glock. Hang on, I'm gonna get this open. I'm gonna find my X-Acto knife, or just go get a different knife. But so let's. Driven by the pursuit of perfection. And I guess I didn't even know that Gaston Glock passed away until people started posting it, because I didn't even know the man was still alive. And I don't know if you guys comment, like, I never really pay attention to who's, I knew that's who, made the Glock, but I didn't realize that he was still, like, alive until people started posting about him, passing away. Okay, so these suck. I definitely do not like that, but they work, but you really gotta, like, push, and you gotta be like this and push pretty hard, and it hurts. Like, it literally, like, you can feel it cutting into you. So I'm gonna change that up. You guys comment whatever you're using at the moment. But so this is a short 19 size. So the color's definitely, the Leo Precision color is a little off. This almost almost looks like goldish compared to that. But that would go, like, they're FDE. You guys know the deal with FDE colors. Like, none of them match. So there's the true 19X upper. So they would be okay, I guess. Close enough, but, like, and that one seems to release. I've got a 19 over there that does not, a true Glock mag for just a Glock 19 mag, and it's loaded. So not here, but over when I was trying it out, it wants to hang up. But yeah, I've so far, which I don't have a lot of time using them. I don't know. I don't have a bunch of these, but I've so far, early on, I've never had an issue. I've watched several videos. I think it was James Reed when they first came out with these, was like trying to smash one. Shot it with like a 5.56 twice, and still didn't want to release right, but he loaded up and shot fine. So I don't know. I know they claim the Magpul magazines for the ARs are like most trustworthy you can imagine, but people have still not caught on, I guess, that they're, just as reliable, especially like when you're going in with some of these. It's not an actual Glock in the first place. You probably don't have an issue. But the reason I haven't bought a bunch in any one of any of these configurations or whatever, because they do make, and I don't know why I didn't order one at the time. I thought I had it in the cart, but I didn't. PMAG makes I think it's 20 or 21 round of this, so it's going to be a little bit longer. It's like $18, and that's about the cheapest way. I think these are 19. They say 17, but I'm pretty sure with that you can put 19 in these. So it comes with the 17, which is the same color as this one. Looks like, 17, and then this little extension, I believe, gives you 2 more, so you got 19, but then they make PMAG just a hair longer that holds 21. So to get a regular Glock magazine and then extend it, I know you can get the 30 or 33 or whatever, but that's insane, because even in this, let's use even in just a 19, this 17, that's pretty okay, I guess. And there, I do like the shadow systems. I like that, and I think it's like a Gen 4 style. And I'm wondering, you guys comment if you've ever done it or if seen it done. Why can't I just cut this out, and why can't I just put a newer gen release in that instead of getting the one, because they got the one that you basically put it in and then there's a screw hole and a little aluminum piece that moves it over there. But why can't I just adapt this to I mean, I have a Dremel. I'm a Glocksmith, right? Why can't I just adapt that to fit the, you know, like this style? Because I would probably order one through Shadow Systems and put it, because I don't have an issue with theirs. But so anyway, as I wrap this video up, so that in even in a Glock 19 isn't too bad, but once you get too far down, that just becomes kind of weird in my opinion, even if you're just going to the range and shooting. So not a lot can go on until they Frontier Justice calls me and I can go pick up the other ones and I can start doing some work. I want to wait till I actually get the, I think, barrel in, and then I think this is going to be close enough. I'm going to go ahead and try my dremeling skills and get that to work, because I like the way it looks. And then I've got some, I don't have the right paint. I need to figure out, I've got basically these two colors that I'm going to maybe even try to mix. But I've got, or just send it off. But this one is almost the right color to match up with this if you wanted to match something to that. But I don't have any color that would match to that. And that color on the Zafari one is actually about the same as the PSA lower. But to try to get, and I don't want to, I just want to try to get close to that slide for this. And I know it can start wearing off, and that's fine. It'll have a worn look. The black, I don't think. I may leave it that way at first, but I think it'll look too weird. Maybe with the black lower, it'd be okay, but no. So anyway, guys, stay tuned. A lot more coming. If you guys didn't catch it, I've got a couple other, several different unboxing videos and stuff that's come in. I've got, I do have the trigger. If you like that one, that's actually a copy. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but this is just an eBay one, like $39. One trick I'll tell you about, if you're looking or you're browsing eBay is one of the only places I've seen that really does it like a lot, daily. If you go on eBay and you find a barrel you want, not every store there, but you just put it in your cart, watch list, whatever, you know, actually put it in both. Put in watch list in your cart. A lot of times they send you a little thing and they'll sell it even cheaper than whatever it's listed for. They'll be like, oh, the seller this or that. And like right now there's I think a Zafari, but their barrels don't look as good as the 919. I'm waiting for those to come across the 19 spiral fluted gold barrel, as I'm probably going to get for this, but they're like out everywhere. The 17s I can find. I can't find the 19. They just look way cooler. But anyway, the Zafari ones don't look too bad. They just don't, the spiraling's not as good. But there's one going there right now. I think it was like 143. They sent me a thing. It's 135 if I wanted it. But anyway, hopefully you like that little unboxing video. Stay tuned. Whenever I finally make it, I know everybody likes shooting, right? When I finally make it to the range and get some of these going, we'll figure out which I like better. That's kind of why I haven't went a long ways on just kind of like a sample of one to see which way I want to go, whether it be with barrels, magazines, or whatever. You definitely can't go wrong with the Glock mag, but if the PMAGs are fine, I probably ought to just order one of those 21s and try it out, see what I think. I do know that for a fact that these are way simpler to get apart. The Glock magazines take like you have to be a gunsmith to take you can't be a Glocksmith, you have to be a gunsmith to take apart a Glock magazine. These you just simply push down. I'm not going to do it right now because I might scuff it up. I don't have anything. But yeah, get out of here, go buy some Bonsai, go to the range, get some practice in. You don't need to shoot 1,000 rounds today. A couple hundred will do. See you later, guys.